I'm quite bad about that. But no, it's a lovely record, that Matthew E. White record, yeah. We played the other day when I was in London, Matt was here, we played a classic, what was that, Let's Go To A Happening, classic Twisted Wheel song on the show the other day. And there's a new documentary about the Twisted Wheel out.
There is, yeah. It's a new film about the Twisted Wheel, the legendary Northern Soul venue from Manchester. And it's showing at a tiny cinema in Moston in North Manchester. And we've spoken about this cinema before. It used to be a miner's wash house.
That's right.
It's built on the site of an old pit. And it's been converted into a cinema and art house by a group of people who just kind of built it with their own hands.
Fantastic thing to do.
With a labour of love. And they got some 90-odd-year-old seats donated from an old cinema in Liverpool as well. So it's got a really classic feel to it. And there's a cafe where you can get chips and gravy and a hot chocolate with a shot.
Why aren't we going straight away when this programme's finished?
Let's go.
Is it going to be there permanently?
The cinema's there permanently, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And they still call the venue the Miners.
Yeah, good.
So on Sunday, this new documentary is showing about the history of the Twisted Wheel Club and its cultural significance. It was run by Roger Eagle, and it was one of the main Northern Soul venues in Manchester.
Well, I never went because it was too young, but it was the place for it, where Northern Soul R&B, mod all happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Elton John, Ike and Tina Turner all played there, and we also followed quite closely the campaign to save the Twisted Wheel, because it used to be on Brasenose Street, then it moved to Whitworth Street.
That's right.
And the venue on Whitworth Street is still there, and they used to hold all-day sessions until quite recently. People, because it's on the same, I live on that road, people used to queue round the corner to get in. But it's been bought out by a hotel chain, and there was a campaign to save it, but it's actually closed.
Oh, no.
So despite people's efforts, it is going to be converted into a hotel, and the basement clubs apparently are being demolished already, which is really sad.
Couldn't the hotel keep the club in the basement?
I know.
And that be made that part of its appeal.
Yeah, and have Northern Soul sessions.
Well, I would have thought there was a market enough. People who wanted to come up and stay at the Twisted Wheel Hotel.
Yeah. Well, there were clearly people who wanted to go to the session, so it is very sad.
I might go and chair myself to some railings afterwards. Before we have that chips and gravy in Moston, I'm going to chair myself to some railings.
I'll bring you a cheese sandwich.
As a protest, yeah. Just find some railings anywhere.
There's hot drinks throughout the night.
Yeah.
So now there's a campaign to get a blue plaque or some kind of street art on the side of the building.
Yeah, totally.
And that's being headed up by a Northern Soul fan club who've made this documentary as part of attempts to draw attention to the campaign. And the film features rare archive footage, original interviews with all the main DJs and the music promoters. There are 3 screenings on Sunday, and I think the early one is sold out, so do head to the website, which is a bit of a mouthful. It's smallcinema.re.doc.org.
Snappy. I'm going to stick my neck out here and suggest you Google for Moston Miners Cinema Twisted Wheel, and it'll come up.
It will come up. And we've put the details on the Six Music News Twitter account at BBC Six Music News as well. And there's in the function room next door, they've got a function room at the Miners as well, which holds 250 people. And there's going to be a Twisted Wheel all day there.
Great.
Well. So what is not to like?
Well, sadly, I'm off trying to finish the book of the people's songs for a couple of weeks. But far be it from me to suggest that the Moston Miners should own it again and put it on again as a kind of works night out for us for chips and gravy.
Yeah, it'd be great.
That would be great.
So I went to the Miners to find out.
Wow.
Hi Elizabeth, I'm Howard from the Miners. I'm the events manager. I'm just going to give you a short tour. Come into this first room here. We've got a cafe where you can buy chips, gravy, pies, get a brew, get a fry up. As you come through these doors here, you come into what used to be the function room with the stage and the bar, and there's room in here for 250 people, so we have live acts. If you just follow me through here, you will see our piece de resistance, as we call it. It's our full functioning 80-seater cinema.
My name's Steve Donoghue. I'm the director and presenter of the film. We're trying our best to get a heritage plaque for the Twisted Wheel that was in Whitworth Street. It's been demolished. They've already started work on it. It's being replaced by one of these German hotels. It's heartbreaking, it really is. Rod Stewart and Elton John, Eric Clapton, Spencer Davis all started at the Twisted Wheel. John Lee Hooker, Ike and Tina Turner, Inez and Charlie Fox, and Jimmy Ruffin all played the Twisted Wheel. We started to try and find out the history of the Twisted Wheel, how it came about in the first place, because it started on Brasenose Street near the town hall as a left-wing cafe bar. and then the Abadi brothers bought it and changed it into an R&B soul club. Roger Eagle came along and made it famous because he was the pioneer DJ of the place. He used to play records that nobody else had, and that's what made an underground scene that it was.
What is in the documentary then? What can we expect?
We're covering all 4 major venues: the Wheel, the Torch, the Mecca and the Casino. We spoke to Ivor Abadi, who was the owner of the Wheel. We spoke to Brian Ray, who was an ex-Wheel DJ. We've got footage there of Roger Eagle, and we've got people from the Blackpool Mecca, Colin Curtis, people from the Torch, Chris Burton, who owned the Torch, and DJs from Wigan Casino like Dave Everson from Mr. M's and Russ Winstanley, who ran Wigan Casino. As a kid, I went there and I was like hanging on the shirt tails of all the older lads, blagging me way into places and getting lifts on the backs of scooters back to Salford. Teenage stuff, you know, listening to the music, acting the goat, wearing the threads, you know, the mod clothes and stuff like that. It was just a brilliant place. Don't forget, even in America, the black artists were being rejected by their own people in America, and they had to come to the UK to get the recognition that they deserved.
That was very interesting, and they said a lot about the music scene and the black American music that Twisted Wheel played. I thought you should have had more about the Chips and Gravy, though.
Yeah.
There was a lack of information about that.
I cut that out and put it in the queue.
Oh, is
yeah.
there
He did say, yeah.
Right.
You can get all a fry up as well, and hot drinks, cold drinks,
There's a
crisps.
bar?
There's a bar, yeah. There's a bar in the cinema.
Maybe we should do another report just about the catering facilities that are there, because I, for one, will be very interested in that. And you said that they're going to show a film about the history of mining in the area as well.
Yeah.
Great.
Because I think there's some miners in the area who still go there for the sort of, you know, the cafe and the
well, what a fantastic venture. We support it wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
if you're in this area, Google for it, because frankly the website URL is too complicated to remember. Google for the Moston Miners. It's called The Miners.
The Miners.
The Miners, Moston. It's a cinema, and did we mention there was chips and gravy? I think we did, didn't we?
And fry up.
Yeah, I think that just slipped in. That
It's
bit of
just
information.
2 stops from Victoria.
This is like this is like a brochure now.
Yeah, all the miners' centres are available.
Yeah, we should
possibly.
say that. Other converted miners' huts offering chips and gravy are probably not available. Actually, we're starting out with a cinema.